So, if you thought the first wave of the AI revolution was a big deal, well, you're going to want to buckle up. We are now entering a totally new phase. It's way more strategic, way more intense, and it's a competition that is going to define how AI weaves itself into, well, everything. These are the new AI battlegrounds.
You know, that initial explosion of, hey, look what AI can do, that's kind of settling down now. Think of that as Act 1. The story is changing because all the major players are moving way past just showing off cool tricks. Now they're fighting over something much, much more fundamental.
Because the real conflict now, it's not about the what, it's about the where. The fight for the future of AI is really a battle for territory. We're talking about the devices in our hands, the massive buildings that power it, the industries it's going to run, and maybe most importantly, the actual human minds that create it all.
All right, so let's start with the battleground that's closest to home. I mean, it is literally happening right inside your pocket. This is the big fight between running AI on these huge remote cloud servers versus running it right there on your phone. At the very heart of this fight is a technology called on-device AI. And, you know, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Instead of your phone sending your request halfway across the country to some data center, the AI model itself lives and works directly on your device. This is a huge, huge strategic shift.
And this really gets to the core trade-off. For years, AI had to live in the cloud just to access all that immense computing power. But that meant lag, that delay, and it came with some serious privacy questions. On-device AI completely flips that script. It's faster, and it keeps your data on your phone, which is a massive win for privacy. Now, what's the catch? Well, for now, it's just not quite as powerful as its big brothers in the cloud.
So you see a company like Apple, for instance, going all in on this. And it's not just a cool tech choice for them, it's a really savvy business strategy. By pushing for on-device AI, Apple gets to play to its biggest strength, privacy, while also tackling three enormous business risks: the crazy intense competition in AI, its dependency on China, and the general instability of global supply chains.
Okay, so moving to our next battleground, we have to remember that AI isn't just some invisible code floating around. It has a massive physical footprint. There's a colossal arms race happening right now to build the very world that AI is going to inhabit. Just get a load of this number: $131.3 billion. That's what they're projecting the market for specialized AI data centers will be in less than a decade. I mean, this isn't just growth. It is an absolute explosion. The amount of money, energy, and even national pride being poured into building these things is just staggering.
And this race, it has layers. Okay, so at the very bottom, you've got the hardware competition. This endless push for faster, more power-efficient GPUs. Then you've got the buildings themselves, these specialized data centers with absolutely insane power and cooling needs. And then, layered on top of all of that, you have governance. This is a geopolitical battle, especially between the US and China, to set the global rules and ethical standards for how AI is actually going to be used.
So, we've got AI in our pockets, and we've got it in these massive data centers. The next battleground is where AI breaks out of the digital world entirely and starts running our physical world, everything from the services we use every day to the factories that build our stuff.
Just think about your local doctor's office. AI, delivered as what they call software as a service, or SaaS, is already creeping in. It's automating appointment scheduling, it's assisting doctors during consultations, and it's analyzing medical records. This isn't some far-off sci-fi thing. It's happening right now, transforming professional services from the ground up.
But, services are just the beginning. The really transformative leap, the game changer for AI, is when it becomes physical, when it moves from that world of bits and bytes into the world of atoms and assembly lines.
So what even is physical AI? Well, think of AI designed for smart factories and super complex logistics. It connects to thousands of real-time sensors and actually integrates with the physical control systems on the factory floor. And to do this, it needs a really sophisticated dance between the immense power of the cloud and the instant, right-now responsiveness of local processing, a concept you might have heard of called edge computing.
And all of this brings us to our final, and you could argue, most important battleground of all. See, you can have the best devices, the biggest data centers, the most advanced factories, but none of it matters one bit without the people who can actually build, run, and innovate these systems.
The war for human talent? That's the ultimate prize.
Forget everything you know about a typical job market. This is an NBA-level competition. We're talking about companies and even entire countries acting like pro sports teams, scouting, drafting, and offering absolutely massive contracts for the world's best AI minds. Some of these offers are hitting nearly $1 million. It's wild.
And they're not looking for just any old programmers either. The demand is through the roof for these highly specialized roles. The top draft picks right now, they're the experts who can design the next generation of GPUs, the specialists who know how to optimize these massive language models, and the architects who can actually design those billion-dollar AI data centers.
So there you have it. The fight for AI's future has officially moved out of the lab and into the real world. It is a war on multiple fronts, fought in our devices, in our industries, and for the brightest minds on the entire planet. The outcome is going to shape the next 100 years of technology. So the only real question left is, what role are you going to play?